we're going to explain how to generate Swagger JSON, which is a crucial step in building and documenting APIs. There are several ways to achieve this, and we'll cover a few popular approaches. 1. Using Swagger CodeAgent. This is a powerful tool that allows you to generate server stubs and client SDKs from your Swagger specification, as well as generating the Swagger JSON itself from your code. Many languages are supported. You'll typically define your API endpoints and models in a specific format, often YAML or a similar markup language, and then Swagger CodeAgent will process this and output your Swagger JSON. This method is great for projects already in development. You just need to install the CodeAgent tool, configure it with your API details, and run it. The generated JSON will comprehensively document your API. 2. Manually creating the Swagger JSON. For smaller, simpler APIs, you might choose to create the Swagger JSON file manually. This involves writing a JSON document that adheres to the Swagger specification, defining each endpoint, parameter, response code, and data model. While straightforward for small projects, this can become cumbersome for larger APIs prone to errors. It requires a deep understanding of the Swagger specification. Tools like online editors can help validate your JSON. 3. Leveraging frameworks and libraries. Many popular web frameworks like SpringDoc for Spring Boot, OpenAPI Generator for various languages, or FastAPI for Python have built-in support for generating Swagger JSON. This usually involves adding a specific dependency or configuring a plugin, and the framework will automatically generate the Swagger JSON based on your code. This is often the easiest approach if you're already using one of these frameworks. Your code essentially describes the API, and the framework does the heavy lifting of creating the documentation. 4. Using API design tools. Several online tools and platforms help design and document APIs visually. Many of these tools export your API design as Swagger JSON. This graphical approach can be more intuitive for some users, particularly for collaboration. You visually define your API, and the tool handles the JSON generation for you. This is helpful if you're focusing on visual design before diving into the code. In summary, generating Swagger JSON can be accomplished through various methods, each with its pros and cons. Choose the method best suited for your project size, technical expertise, and existing infrastructure. Whether you use code generation tools, manual creation, framework integrations, or visual API design tools, the ultimate goal is to produce a clear and accurate Swagger JSON file that effectively documents your API. Remember to validate your JSON using online validators to ensure it's correctly formatted and adheres to the Swagger specification.